Today, we're going to talk a little bit about organization on fishing school. How many lures, let's just say crankbaits, do you have in your box? I have a pile. Which one should you actually carry? A long time ago, a guy named Doug Brogdon called me a tackle box rattler, meaning that I had too much stuff, switched lures too often, and so I ended up getting a bigger crate to be able to carry stuff around. Now, being a kayak fisherman, I don't have the kind of storage that guys do in a bass boat. I don't have enough space for 15 Plano boxes. I got about space for 7 or 8, which is a lot more than a lot of people. But I find that when I'm out in the water, there's a lot of things I take with me that I don't use, and a lot of things I haven't caught fish on. So which ones do we pick? That's what we're going to explore today. So which ones do we pick? That's what we're going to explore today on Fishing School. So this is my crankbait box. Plano, waterproof, pro latch. Little piece of cord on the back makes it easy to be able to get out of my crate. But when you look here at what we have going on, there's a pile of stuff in here. And if we think about which ones of these things have we actually caught fish on, and which ones of these things are we actually going to use? So let's go through the box. Okay, boom. Little Strike King square bill, caught fish on this. So I'm going to put the things I've caught fish on over here. Boom, caught fish on that. I don't know. I don't know whether I've caught fish on that or this. So that's a concern to me because they look kind of alike as a little bit of chartreuse. There's a little bit bigger hooks. Found this one. Let's put them both here. DT4 bluegill. No, have not caught a fish on that. DT3 fat like this. I have caught a fish on this. I have caught a fish on this coffin bills, flat side, dives 7 feet. I have caught a fish on this XD6 Catawba River. That's interesting. I have not caught a fish on this one. We'll talk about why. What the heck is that? So I just bought this yesterday, actually. I have not caught a fish on this lure because I just bought it yesterday. But there's a reason I have it in here, so I'm going to put it here. Found this thing. It says Digger 6.5 rattle. Have not caught a fish on it. I don't want to have this in my box, but I have caught fish on it. I have caught fish on this. I have caught fish on this. I have not caught fish on this. Found this when I was at the Vinny illegal launch. Have not caught fish on this. XD3 bluegill. Oh yeah, I love this thing. Twitch and mullet, saltwater lure. Rapala. This is great. Subbed out the hooks. Have caught fish on that. Why do I have two? I don't even know which one I've caught fish on. I know I've caught fish on one of these. This one. Muddy Water, Catawba River. Yes, caught fish on that. Broad River, tons of smallmouth on this. Also Muddy Water. Have not caught fish on it. I know I could, but I haven't. I have not caught fish on it, but it looks so darn good, doesn't it? I found it in a tree. Brand new. I mean, look at this. Do I even have to mention that I've caught fish on this? Look at that lure. Okay? It's not a deformity in the finish. Both eyes are gone. I catch fish on this thing all the time. That's my go-to rattle lure. Live target, baby. Live action. Oh, that fell out of the box. I have caught fish on this. And I'm lucky. I just bought it, and I caught fish on it the last time I went out. Definitely caught fish on that. I have not caught fish on this, but there's a reason that we have it here, and we're going to set it off the side. Pink, yes, I have caught fish on this pink X-Wrap. I have caught fish on this little white X-Wrap. Ooh, dude, look at the hook. That is messed up. I only have 2 barbs on there. I got to replace that. I have definitely caught fish on that. Broad River, Susquehanna River, smallmouth, Countdown. Yes, caught fish. I have not caught fish on this specific lure, but I'm going to put it here. We got to talk about it. I have caught fish on this shadow wrap, and it's a great lure, jerkbait. I have caught fish on this X-Wrap. I have caught fish on this Lucky Craft pointer, which is beautiful. I love that lure. And I caught fish on this Lucky Craft pointer color called Crack. It's a crack. It's great. I have caught fish on this Shad Wrap, that deep Shad Wrap. I've caught fish on this glass Shad Wrap. I've caught fish on this glass Shad Wrap, but I'm pretty sure that what would bite this is going to bite this. Okay? Pretty sure. But I've caught fish on both of them. I have not caught fish on this. There's not a lot of perch forage where I am, but somebody gave me that. So I have not caught fish on this. And I have caught fish on this. But I'm going to put this over here a second. We're going to talk about these. Now, real quick, if you look over here at the lures that I took out the box, there's a good amount of storage left in my box now. Okay? I can be able to take this box, and I have more things in there. And if I haven't thrown these things, I haven't caught fish, I'm probably not going to catch fish on them. And the reason I'm not going to catch fish on them is because I'm not going to throw them. Why would I throw them if I haven't caught fish? And if I can catch fish on these other baits, then I have confidence in them. It's about confidence, okay? You have to go with the confidence. Now, let's look at these things I set aside. I mean, y'all know I'm a big bait person, okay? I have some other small square bills over on the other side that I know I've caught fish on. So if I can catch things on a small square bill, but I don't have any big square bills. So I'm gonna keep this one in the box and not this one. Okay, boom, you're going over there. This thing, it looks like it's from a different frickin' planet. So I'm not certain if I'm gonna catch fish on it, but I'm gonna try. I bought it because it says it goes like 22 to 28 feet. And I was like, yeah, let's try that. It's got a huge ass bill on it. I could probably run it through a lot of cover because, I mean, ow. Things are gonna come off there. And it only has one hook. Now the hook comes up easily and it's got a big old gap in it. But it's probably not gonna get hung up on rocks as much. It'd probably get hung up on wood. It's not like I could run it through a brush pile. But it's probably gonna get hung up on rocks a lot less, I would think. I just wanna try it. That's why it's here. So I'm gonna put it over here. Rapala, balsa. It's a classic. You can fish it like a topwater. It stays really high in the water column. It's light. You could throw it with, you can't throw it with my big bait casting, cranking rod, because it almost floats out of your hand. But you could throw it with a spinning rod, throw it with a lot of things. It's just a classic thing. When something doesn't work, you could throw that. Just kind of like KVD, whenever he had to fish in the Bassmaster Classic, when it was on the Allegheny River in Pittsburgh. He pulled out an old jerk bait that he had. There's a confidence bait, and he caught fish on it. Okay? That's what this is. I caught fish on this a long time ago, a lure just like it. All right? So I have this thing, and it just is what it is. It's going over there. I have a whole bunch of other Shad Wraps, okay, that are kind of lifelike colors. This just doesn't have a place in me right now. This thing looks like a freaking shad, and my biggest rattle bait that I have, besides that, is this. Now listen to the sound. This sounds different. It's big, It has a great finish. It looks like a shad. It may call them in. I don't know because I haven't used it yet. So I want to try it. Okay, I want to try this. I want to try it when the water's clear, maybe even when it's really early morning, or later night, or a sunny day. I could use it all over the time, but I just want to try to call it in. Hello, shad coming. I'm gonna eat you, okay? So I want to try it, that's why. So anyway, I free up a little bit of space in my box today, and hopefully that's going to help me A, take better care of my lures, and B, have a better idea as to what I want to throw when. That may look like a lot of lures, but that's got me covered for a lot of the water that I fish. A couple things I don't have in here. I don't have any really deep diving suspending baits. But I don't necessarily fish a lot of places where I would need something like that. I'm not fishing where there's deep schools of fish. I'm primarily fishing rivers, not lakes. If I want to go to some lakes, I can go into my big box and be able to pull out some of those things and use them. But for what I'm fishing, if I'm going deep, I'm going in there and cranking underneath on some boulders with this thing. Okay? If I'm going deep, I'm going to let this thing sink a little bit. If I'm going deep, I'm going to try the alien and see if this works. If I'm going shallow, I got my square bills. I've got my countdown. I've got my swimming image, and I've got some jerk baits. I got square bills. I pretty much got it covered. So now I'm getting rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 things out of my box. But it all comes down to confidence. If you don't have confidence in the baits that you have, and I just pointed out the ones that I don't have confidence in because I don't fish them. I haven't caught fish on them. Now the exception to the rule is this. I might throw 2 of the same thing in my box for fear that I might lose something. This XT6, I'm gonna be running this deep in rocks. If it gets hung up on rocks or logs and I break it off and I'm just happy to be catching fish before that, screwed for the day. So I might bring an extra along just because you don't want your day to be killed. So, it might go back here. This has been Fishing School with the KhoopMastaa.